In the previous episodes, we saw Vlad praying in front of a tree, but as we know, he did not go near the tree for prayer. Rather, he wanted to see the snake. The snake was a spirit named Noir. When he approached the snake, a mysterious voice reminded him of his past. Vlad asked the voice if looking at the snake brought back any memories because he couldn't remember anything. The voice thought there might be some connection between him and the spirit, and told him someone had approached him. Istvan had come to the cliff. He looked at the grave and wondered how there could be a grave in this place. He asked Vlad if he knew anyone buried here. Vlad slowly got up from his place, turned around, and grabbed his sword. He told Istvan this was not a place he could come to without the owner's permission. Istvan asked Vlad how he could come here then, to which Vlad replied he already had permission. Istvan was smiling because Vlad was looking at him properly. He asked Vlad why, when they first met, he wasn't looking at him, but only at Godwin. Vlad looked at him coldly, as if he didn't care about him. Istvan told Vlad he had a message from Godwin. If he let go of Baron Henel's handkerchief, he would consider it equivalent to another jerky. Vlad was surprised to hear this. He imagined Godwin throwing a jerky at him. Vlad was angry. Istvan couldn't understand Godwin's words at all. He told Vlad he didn't care about their mutual relations. He just wanted him to hand over the handkerchief. Vlad told him to come and take it if he can take it from him. The West does not hide what they want, because it is a world where only the greedy can survive, just like the North does not retreat, because it is a world where you can only survive if you do not let your belongings be taken. Godwin has already tells Istvan that Vlad will not listen to him. Istvan sees no other option. Istvan grabs his sword and points it at Vlad, stopping just in front of Vlad's face. He tells Vlad that he will not return empty-handed, as he had challenged Vlad for the handkerchief given to him by the Baroness. Vlad looks at him, puts his sword away, and stands in front of him. Vlad tells him that if he wants to challenge him, he should do it the proper way. Istvan is confused and looks at him. Vlad says that if he wants to request a duel, he needs to pronounce his name correctly, as Vlad is a knight of the House of Bayezid and Lady Alicia's. Night falls, and Godwin is reading Vlad's report that he received from his subordinates. He could not believe the report because he thought it was false and overly exaggerated by the House of Bayezid. He thought Vlad would develop on his own without it. Godwin remembered their first meeting, the boy who had thrown his sword at him. In the end, it was only a display of possibility. He was thinking that reaching the level of Dragon Slayer in just 1 year is absolutely not possible. But it was surprising that he had awakened his aura, because this is not the level that Vlad can reach in a year. This thought made him feel unfortunate, but he thought of bringing him by any means. The door opened and Godwin looked back. He welcomed him and told him that it seemed he didn't take the handkerchief back. Istvan was not happy with his words. He put down his sword and sat on the sofa. Istvan told him that Vlad is not a person who will listen to their words. Godwin thought he could forcibly get the handkerchief from Vlad. Istvan told him that he was about to do so, but changed his mind. He didn't know how they found out, but the old knight of Hanalei and the knight of Bayezid had come there. He told Godwin that he had demanded a duel with Vlad, and Godwin asked him when the duel would be. Istvan told him that it would be in 2 days because they had to bring a priest to oversee the duel. Godwin said that it was good if the priest would become a witness, as they wouldn't be able to say anything later. With this, they could get justification and benefit. Istvan was smiling, as if he would make Vlad pay for his words. The old knight and Sir Jaffrey were talking to each other. The old knight asked if there was any chance of their victory. He told him that it wouldn't be an easy duel. Istvan was from the West, the eldest son of the Guider family. Istvan was a skilled knight who had received the best education since his childhood. The warrior knew that the chances of winning were slim, and the old warrior thanked him for telling the truth. But he was worried. if Vlad lost, he would have to hand over the handkerchief. He told him not to worry because Vlad had fought a knight when he was only an apprentice, and Sir Joseph had already got permission from his father. Since he always had a plan for anything, the old warrior asked him if there was a plan. He told him that the duel was just a process. The old warrior was happy to hear this because he didn't realize that they were prepared for any situation. He told him that he would support him in whatever he said. Geoffrey made a request to him. He wanted to suggest the duel venue to Lady Alicia. The warriors of the Guider family reached the duel location. Istvan asked Godwin why they had come to an open place, because the duel usually only happens in a lobby or hall. Godwin told that this was Baron Hanel's request. Because it was related to the proposal, Alicia wanted her parents to be buried in the ground to oversee the match. Istvan thought his request was valid because the place was so clean that he couldn't see even a small pebble. Istvan asked Godwin if it had rained this morning because the grass was wet from the rain. He said that they had created this unfamiliar environment for the duel. He would have to endure this much. Godwin said that making the battlefield before the battle is a basic action of a commander. Sir Geoffrey looked back. They were all looking at him angrily. He was smiling because it was his plan. He tells Vlad that Istvan and Godwin are clever. They have understood our motives. He tells him to control his breathing during the fight. Vlad was sitting on a chair, his eyes closed, preparing for the battle. The knight thought that he had endured well in front of his enemy. Vlad needed to be patient. He only had to remember his promise to Joseph. Vlad opened his eyes and was ready for the fight. Joffrey was proud of him because he was his disciple. Vlad put on his armor and started walking towards the arena. Today's episode has ended. See you all in next episode. Thanks for watching my video. Like and subscribe to my channel.